This is Ben Sommer. I own and operate BandsLikeRush.com, a music discovery podcast and blog featuring up-and-coming progressive rock bands. Enjoy this video edition of the podcast and check out my own music. Visit my website at bensummer.com. If you sign up for the email list, you'll get 3 free downloads. Hi, this is Ben Sommer with BandsLikeRush.com. I'm here talking to Sanmeet Sidhu from the band, I think the one-man band, Red Orchid. Is that right, Sanmeet? Are you kind of a one-man show?
It is. I would say maybe 80% or 90% of it. I do have my friend Tom Dupree, who plays the drums, and he's been with me for a couple of years or more. So, but anything until that point is all of my work into this project, at least at this point.
Right. I'm the same way, actually. Sammy and I were just talking. We're fellow musicians, and it sounds like we work in the same vein. I play all the instruments, but I have a drummer as a ringer.
Right. Well, in some ways it is convenient. I've had the band before where when I had few tunes and assembled the guys, and it was a lot of work to get it all going. So that's when I decided I just wanted to concentrate more on writing, production, and just doing the better of that part.
Right.
Maybe there'll be another time when I'll have the guys together, but at this very moment, that's what it is.
Well, it's a good thing for Tom, I guess, that you haven't discovered the beauty of Superior Drummer or some of these similar high-end drum samplers. You could put him out of business too.
You mean the sample drums?
Yeah.
I do sample the drums when I demo the track with Tom, but the drummer, he's a drummer and he comes with his own mindset, and I think it's good because whatever I do, he just totally wipes it out and does it way better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guy. So, we played together in the past. We've known for a few years now, so it works out very well.
Cool. Now, let's talk about your sound a little bit. When I invited you to come on and have an interview, you very graciously said, well, that sounds like a great idea, but Ben, not sounding so much like Rush these days, you sure you want to have me? So I listened to not only your latest album, but your last one. It was, I guess, your first one is an EP. So I see what you're talking about. It's not straight up, mainline Rush prog rock. It's kind of minimalist at times. It's it reminds me a lot of the Quiet Spots, a lot of Genesis, maybe some Pink Floyd. I mean, what kind of music, progressive music, really excites you?
Yeah, right. It's it's really evolved in the last 2-3 years. I mean, it's a young project, really. There's only been an EP that was recorded in 2009 or 10, and at that time, actually, I did had a couple other guys with me in a band sort of situation, and we were more of a more progressive kind of sound, definitely a strong Rush influence, and a little bit of Pink Floyd and Genesis, and more of that kind of thing. But last 3-4 years, it's really progressed, and I don't really like to lock myself into progressive rock. If someone calls, I guess for the sake of it, for genre's sake, it is progressive rock. But I listen to a lot of variety of music from post-rock, experimental, avant-garde, and indie rock. So I think what I have now in the new CD, the Blood Vessels Marshmallows, is exactly that. It's really crosses over from progressive to post-rock, and I would like to think it's more of a balance in that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you're not. I'm guessing you're not a native of America. Where are you from?
I'm originally from India.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been here? And how long have you been here?
I've been here now, let's see, 14, 15 years. So, I came here, I studied here, and I've been working here since then. I've been playing music since then and before. I'm under 40, but under 40, so I've spent about half of my time here.
Me too. I mean, I'm under 42. What were you doing? Were you into rock and progressive rock back in India in your younger years?
Oh, absolutely. It was really big there, and Rush was huge. Even back then, I'm talking like early 90s, and I just grew up listening to a lot of Pink Floyd and playing some with my friends. Rush, Iron Maiden was still big, I believe. So rock has been really, really big, and I haven't been in touch that much lately, but my guess is it's definitely expanded.
Oh, wow. Neat.
Yeah.
It's weird. You never think of like, big overseas, foreign countries like India or Brazil as big hotbeds of progressive music, but like, that Rush in Rio concert video Rush put out, shows that they're like that's like the biggest fan base for Rush. Oddly enough, is in Brazil of all places. So I believe it.
Right.
I guess when you tell me it's popular in India.
Oh, it is. Yeah. I mean, even lesser known bands, comparatively lesser known. Like I think Porcupine Tree went there, and if I'm not wrong, they played for the biggest audience there. Then they've even played somewhere else because that's how much there are people, I guess. That's partly to do with it. So, Meshuggah and all these bands have been there, I think, in the last few years.
That's good to know. I mean, maybe they'd welcome you even with open arms. Being a native son, you'd go back there and put on your progressive show.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Do you perform at all with this new band, two-man band?
No, that's one thing I was doing. I was planning before when I kind of disbanded the band, and I had a few tunes again in 2010 or so, and but it never went in that direction, and I just wanted to kind of concentrate just on writing, and time is also an issue, of course. With the job and family and all. So we'll see. Maybe in the next few months, I think maybe I'll start back. But
I think I feel like I'm talking to myself here.
Well, you understand exactly what it is, and that's fine because in the end, again for you, I think it's the same, right? It's music, and I think we enjoy playing, and I sit down whenever I play, and the first thing I tell myself is why I picked up the instrument. So it was for the joy of it. And,
right. What do you play guitar and sing? Do you play? I hear keyboards. Are those programmed? Do you do those as well, or what are all the things you play?
Yeah, I mean, really, primarily it's really guitar. That's what is the one I've played, and there's vocals. Although it's if you listen to the new album, it's minimal. It's probably more balanced, maybe half instrumentals, half vocal sort of thing. And then I did the bass and piano and keyboards.
Oh, wow.
And that pretty much rounds up, minus the drums, which I let Tom handle.
Yeah, well, that's a good mix. I mean, you play more than I do. I play the guitar, bass, and I try to sing, and that's it. So I think you can create a pretty full texture with that basic setup.
Yeah, well, again, I think guitar is, if I want to pick one instrument, it is guitar, but a lot of other instruments just are for more ambience and textures, and it's just to get the point across and whatever's in your head, just to get that out.
Yeah,
that's more of it. Yeah. So, well, it's been fun. I think. I mean, some of the stuff and the piano I picked up last couple of years just for this reason. I'm not a pianist or anything.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah. So,
So do you? Well, I was going to ask you if you have any gigs coming up to plug, but you don't. Neither do I.
Yeah, no, nothing right away. Although I've been talking with a friend of mine, and we were thinking if we do want to expand or not, and so on. You know, like I said, time is definitely one of the concerns, and I also don't want to sacrifice on the writing and the production side. I think that's something I enjoy.
Right. Do you how do you do that? Do you write stuff down, sketch things in notes and in just verbiage stuff? Or do you write with instruments and play tracks?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I think the vocals definitely they come at the end. So it's always the guitar first, and once I have a little bit of the stuff laid down, then it's a mixture after that point. You know, sometimes it's even outside. I mean, the tune is always sort of humming in your head. I mean, you know what I'm talking about because you do the same thing, and you sort of develop half of it even outside of not playing the instrument. At least that's what I like to do.
Right.
If you're just walking or something, it's sort of in your head in the back, and I think giving a little bit break and going back, it gives a new impression, a new texture to the whole thing. Yeah,
good. And you produce your stuff yourself, record and mix, I notice, just like me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, over the years I've kept accumulating, just like you, I'm sure, wide variety of instruments, and I've made my music room tight. It's sort of soundproof. It's a studio I like to call. That keeps the wife out and no trouble at night. So at night I can really record and jam or whatever without having too much noise getting out of the room.
I built 5-6 years ago. I built a soundproof nook in my basement. I made it into a soundproof little screaming booth.
Isn't that awesome?
It was it was useful for a time, but it was in the basement. It was dingy. It was more to keep the boiler noise out of the microphone than to keep me out of the wife's ears.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I think I spend a lot of time here. Of course, it generally starts late evening, and just around this time, I guess at 10 o'clock.
All right.
Yeah,
I want to keep you.
That's the time when it starts the creative process starts. I don't know what's it at the time, but to me, nothing happens before 10.
Right. Huh. Well, you're stronger than I am. I'm coming up to my nighttime bedtime hour.
Oh, really?
I'm about from 7:30 or 8 until 10.
Yeah.
Wish I had your stamina.
Not here.
Well, do you have you got the new album out? What's the website that people should go to?
It's redorchidbloom.com. That's the website, www.redorchidbloom.com. And there's only one that's available, and the Blood Vessels Marshmallows, and the latest one, partly because it's sort of a new direction to me anyway. So it's almost.
Oh, I did find the last. Well, I couldn't find it on your site, the one you referenced from 2 years ago. But I found it on Rhapsody, so you must have distributed it out somewhere to iTunes or something.
It was done, of course, like I said, a couple of years back when I had the guys with me, and I had done it back then. But it was you asked for it to be brought down. I guess once it's out on the internet, it is. So,
oh, really? You asked to have it removed?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it was definitely way back, almost 6 months back or so. But, it's the internet. I'm not surprised. I know it's out there several places.
Oh.
Rhapsody is one. I think Amazon still has it, but whatever. They can keep it.
Well, my audience may want to, if you earn a fan or two, they might want to hear your early album. So no harm in keeping it out there.
Yes, for sure.
Cool. Well, Sanmeet, it's been great talking to you, and good luck, and look for this podcast in the next week or two.
Excellent. Well, thanks for the time and the interview.
Let's listen to a track from Sanmeet's latest album, Blood Vessels and Marshmallows. This track is called White Mist Black Widow.